Alright, we're back now.
I'm sure by now you have heard of the term Frutiger Aero and are aware of what it is. If not though, Frutiger Aero is an aesthetic trend that had been majorly popular from the mid-2000s to early 2010s. The visual traits of this aesthetic include glossy and shiny surfaces, different nature imagery such as water, bubbles and grass, auroras, bokeh, humanism and a mix of tech and organic vibes. Digital meets natural. It was used in pretty much everything back in the day. Commercials and advertisements, packaging of products, and logos. It was mainly used in lots of new technology to make it more appealing and appear more friendly and approachable to older audiences. But to be honest, I feel like it appealed to everyone. It was an aesthetic that really gave a lot of hope for the future of technology. It was a really clean and pretty aesthetic, and over the years has grown massive in popularity on TikTok and YouTube. Online, when I get a Frutiger Aero video on my feed, the video will often show different images of what look to be real life places. The question is though, where are these places from? Are they real? In this video, me and fellow YouTuber Extrament will be finding the locations and origins of as many of these Frutiger Aero places we can find. Some of these get pretty interesting. This video you're watching right now is a sequel. I have actually done a video like this in the past with YouTuber Kylie. Feel free to check that out after this video. First off, let's take a look at this image here. This really unique and awesome looking room. When I last did my Finding Fruitiger Error Origins video, I found the locations of many different places. I tried to find the origin of this room, but I just could not find it at all. I questioned if it was even real at all. Was it AI? Was it a 3D modeled fake room? I couldn't find my answer, so I assumed it may have not been real. It just looks too cool and strange to be real. However, that has since changed. I have found it. This room comes from a place called Stomatologia
Looks like I have
Dentalika
left
in
the,
Kiev, the capital of
fire
Ukraine. Hopefully I pronounced all that right. It is a dentist, probably one of the most insane and cool looking dentists I have ever seen. On the website Behance, there is a page by the designer who created these rooms, and we can see all these cool different photos of what the entire dentist looks like. Can even find a nice layout. We can see different angles of this iconic Fruitiger Aero photo. It appears to be a waiting lobby. In the actual rooms where the operating and stuff would take place, they have an even more Fruitiger Aero look to them. The rooms have bright green glossy walls of leaves with a lens flare and bokeh, and also there are some very blue aquatic looking rooms. These rooms have a very clean and pleasing look to them. I love seeing rooms focused on technology and equipment that mix heavily with nature and water and all the different Fruitiger Aero characteristics. I wish more places nowadays did this. I'm honestly not entirely sure if this dentist still looks like this today. I can't find any other photos of this dentist aside from the ones that come from Behance. I'm also not entirely sure what year these photos are from. It's only known that they were uploaded to the internet in 2018. They could be much older. If anyone knows, let me know, but yeah, insane and amazing Fruitiger Aero room.
Here's another image that's often used in Fruitiger Aero compilation videos. It's a really unique and vibrant looking room, dominated by a blue, green and silver colour scheme. The walls feature colourful imagery and shapes, and the room's full of glossy and strangely shaped furniture, like the pod chairs, which have a ribbed, leaf-like interior. It's safe to say this room has a very Fruitiger Aero look to it, a look that rooms nowadays don't usually have. What is this place though? After a quick search, we can find that this image is of a hotel known as Prize by Radisson, located in Hamburg, Germany. This hotel was designed and finished back in 2014. Looking at more images of it, we can see that the whole place has a quirky look to it. Nothing is bland. The rooms themselves, the hallways, the dining areas, the kitchen, computer area, the lobby, it all looks so unique. Nothing in this hotel is boring. Looking at the outside, you wouldn't expect the inside to look anything like the way it does. The amazing thing is, this hotel doesn't seem to have had any redesigns. It still looks this awesome today. Originally, it was designed by an architect from New York named Kareem Rashid. He's done lots of other amazing stuff and is a really unique designer. Take a look at his work at the Temptation Cancun Resort in Mexico. It looks so cool. Overall, the Prize by Radisson is a super interesting hotel that gives off a lot of Fruitiger Aero vibes.
There have been many different types of McDonald's restaurants created. The average looking and modern minimalistic McDonald's, the old school McDonald's many people are nostalgic over, strange, weird and liminal McDonald's restaurants, shout out Jaden Salads, my boy. However, has there ever been a Fruitiger Aero McDonald's restaurant? And the answer is a surprising yes. This is McDonald's flagship store located on Oxford Street in London back in 2010, designed by SHH Architecture and Interiors. This McDonald's had a very Fruitiger Aero look to it, and to be honest, it had a look that I don't think any McDonald's restaurant in the world had ever seen. If you had no idea and I asked you what restaurant this photo belonged to, I doubt McDonald's would have been one of your answers. It has a very bright and clean look to it that McDonald's restaurants don't usually have. I mean, as well with this huge TV on the wall and all of these smaller screens placed across the seating area, it looks incredibly futuristic. I love the bright aquatic blue walls that have bokeh and different technology designs on them. These walls mix really well with the orange and white that's all in the room. Another separate floor has a vibrant green wall with leaves and glossy red walls. It's really nice and refreshing to look at. This Oxford Street McDonald's still runs today, however, unfortunately looks super different and has had major redesigns. To me, it just looks so dull and bland now. Pretty sad.
What is this image of? This strange room shows a whole bunch of seats surrounding a huge bright globe, displaying some kind of information. The seats are filled with a bunch of people all dressed in black suits. It looks like something straight from a futuristic sci-fi movie. So where does this image come from? Is this even a real place or nothing more than a 3D mock-up? It turns out it is in fact real. This image belongs to a science and technology center known as the DPRK SciTech Complex. It's located in Pyongyang, North Korea and was completed in 2015. The outside of this place looks crazy. It's on an island surrounded by water and the building is in the shape of an atom. This is exactly how I pictured the future. It genuinely looks like it's from a video game or a movie. Something like Meet the Robinsons or Tomorrowland. The building itself is pretty much a science museum, research library and exhibition center all in one. It was made to promote science and technology among North Korean citizens. On the website Banned Thought, a PDF can be found which shows all the different things inside this building. It has a huge digital library, interactive exhibits, exhibition halls, lecture rooms and much more. Inside we can find the famous image from before with the globe. The place is said to be a tiered lounge hall.
There's a chance you have seen images of this green glossy looking room. I see images of this room often in Fruitiger era compilations and TikTok slideshows, and I always wonder to myself, where is this? It's such a strange looking room. It reminds me of those clear colourful bottles that everyone had at some point. This one was actually pretty easy to find. With a quick Google reverse image search, we can get our answer. This is a unique suite room called Lime Flavor within a Seoul boutique hotel located in Korea. This was designed and built by SML, a Korean architecture group, for the designer's premier Condé Hotel. On SML's website we can see a page dedicated to this room which gives us heaps of details and information showing what it has and how it works. This page also gives the details regarding when it was designed, constructed, and the location itself. It's crazy this room was created in 2017. It looks like it would be a lot older than this. It's a really cool hotel suite that would be so fun to stay in. I must say, it is a pretty interesting design choice for the curtains to be placed on the outside of the bathroom and toilet. I find that pretty funny. Such a unique looking room. There are a lot of Fruitiger era images of locations that aren't real and are simply mock-up 3D concept designs of what a place could look like. I thought it would be fun to go through some of these Fruitiger era concept images and, if possible, compare them to what ended up being built. This image here is one I have seen around in different TikTok Fruitiger era videos. It looks to be an insane shopping mall of some kind. It's a bright, glossy shopping mall which has a sort of futuristic shape to it. It has a giant screen at the top showing water with tropical fish swimming around. Right below it there is a display of trees and different plants. With the water, nature, glossiness, bright blue sky in the background, this place definitely has a big Fruitiger era feel to it. It almost looks like if the Nintendo Wii turned into a shopping mall. However, the question is, what is this place? This image here is just one of the many design concepts from 2014 for what would be the Dongfeng shopping mall, designed by a company known as Amphibian Arc. The shopping center was going to focus on having a nature theme to raise awareness about environmental protection. As we can see in these concept images, there are many plants and trees placed all around, including the roof. We can also see an aquatic element is very present inside the mall too. The place was going to have both a giant aquarium that would go multiple stories and a river you could ride a boat in. This unfortunately stayed as a concept and never got built. It's pretty sad as this looks like the coolest mall ever. These here are concept photos from 2005 showing design mock-ups for the Mall of Switzerland. These design concepts were made many years before the mall had started construction. Construction of this mall started in 2014 and finished in 2017. And surprise, the mall that ended up being built looked nothing like these photos at all. It's for sure a nice, fine looking mall, but definitely not as advanced as these concept images. These design concepts are pretty cool, but definitely very strange as well. Let's take a look at them. Here is this aquatic room in the mall, which looks very interesting. It's a huge big open space with a bridge going over some water. You can see some people in the water, so I guess the idea was for people to be able to walk in it, which was definitely a funny idea. There is an aquarium in the back with what looks to be an escalator in the middle. I mean, pretty cool idea. Escalator with full surrounding aquarium view. I have no idea what's on the right here. I guess it's some fountain of some sort with this thing at the top. People can also view this area from the roof, which is nice. The next concept image for this mall is another big open space. However, instead of being very aquatic, this room has more of a green nature vibe going on. There's a big glass display of plants and trees at the back, and what I find pretty funny and interesting, glass displays on the floor with robot dogs inside. I don't think I've seen this anywhere else, to be honest. The shopping areas of this mall concept are definitely the most interesting out of these mock-up photos, just cause it's so wacky. It's a usual looking mall with different shops all around. It's double story. However, right in the middle here is this pool of some kind that looks to be filled with tropical fish. Sure, aquariums are normal in public spaces like this and sometimes in malls, but this concept gives the idea that people can walk in this pool with the fish. They can catch the fish with nets and rods, they can hold the fish. This mall concept is so interesting to me because I just haven't seen anything like this before. Looking at what the mall looks like today, what ended up being constructed compared to these mock-ups is kinda hilarious. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's a fine average looking mall, and in these mock-ups it just looks genuinely wild.
Here's another room that turns out to be a concept image, having many Frutiger Aero elements to it. This image here is a 3D mock-up for a restaurant. It was designed by a company known as Slick Plus Design USA and was for a restaurant that would be called Swim, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sadly, this restaurant was never built. Construction didn't even begin. It's a shame as it looks really interesting. All the rooms have a very aquatic aesthetic. There's a ton of ocean-themed imagery placed everywhere on the walls and lights. The mirrors in the bathrooms resemble bubbles, and there's a pod of dolphins swimming across the walls. I don't know if this was intentional, but the shape of the coral cutouts really reminds me of those cheesy fish crackers. I guess it all just adds to the immersion. The rooms themselves have a very distinct color palette, with strong blues and greens throughout. The whole place embodies the subgenre of Frutiger Aero known as Helvetica Aqua, primarily featuring water and marine life. There's not really any information online about this restaurant at all. It's unknown what year these designs were made or where the restaurant was going to be built in Nevada. These mock-up designs were found in the company's portfolio and are all we have. Still, these images are really cool to look at and definitely have a strong Frutiger Aero feel.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this sort of sequel to the first Frutiger Aero Origins video I did. I might be doing a Finding Origins of Strange 2000s media video sometime soon. That might be fun, so let me know if you would like to see that. If you have any suggestions, anything you would like to see me cover or talk about, please let me know in the comments or reach out and send a message on Instagram. Anyway, see you again soon. Subscribe if you haven't so we can get to 200k. Surely by the end of the year, that would be amazing.
Sorry. Sorry, my mom was just talking to the dog again.